Hey, history buffs. Today I'm taking you on a journey to a hidden gem in Switzerland. Welcome to Bollingen, a quaint village near Lake Zurich, where a legendary figure of psychology, Carl Jung, built his mysterious sanctuary. In 1922, Carl Jung felt the need for a retreat, a place to unwind and let his thoughts roam free. So, he started building what he simply called the Tower. This wasn't just any building, it was a two-story stone house that stood as a testament to simplicity and introspection. Now here's where it gets fascinating. After a trip to India, Jung was inspired by the serene meditation rooms he saw there. He realized that his tower needed more than just walls and a roof. It needed a space where he could delve into the depths of his mind, so he expanded it, adding a private office. Jung's office was no ordinary room. It was his sanctuary, his fortress of solitude. He always kept the key with him, ensuring that only he could enter unless he expressly permitted someone else. Imagine the thoughts and revelations that brewed within those walls. Jung described his time in Bollingen as deeply transformative. He felt a connection to his primal self, free from the distractions of modern life. The tower was a place where he could engage in self-reflection and explore the unconscious mind. But it wasn't just about isolation. The tower also became a space for creativity. Jung carved stone and painted, channeling his inner thoughts and emotions into tangible forms. These artistic endeavors were an integral part of his psychological explorations. Over the years, the tower grew, not just in size but in significance. It became a symbol of Jung's philosophy and his life's work. Each stone, each room reflected his journey into the human psyche. Visiting the tower today, you can almost feel Jung's presence. It's a place that invites contemplation and introspection, much like Jung intended. The serene surroundings of Lake Zurich add to the mystical aura of this unique retreat. So next time you find yourself near Bollingen, take a moment to visit the tower. Step into the world of Carl Jung, and who knows, you might just find a bit of your own inner peace there.
Have you ever felt the need to escape the chaos of daily life? The constant noise, the endless notifications, the never-ending to-do lists. Sometimes it feels like the world is spinning too fast, and all you want is a moment of peace. Well, Carl Jung, one of the founding figures of modern psychology, found his sanctuary in a place called the Tower. This wasn't just any ordinary retreat. It was a place where he could truly disconnect and immerse himself in his thoughts and the natural world around him. In his book, Daily Rituals, Mason Curry describes how Jung's time there was not just about work, but also about finding peace. The Tower was more than a workspace. It was a refuge, a place where Jung could escape the pressures of his professional life and reconnect with his inner self. Imagine this, waking up at 7 in the morning, greeted by the rising sun. The first light of day casting a golden hue over the landscape, the air crisp and fresh, filled with the promise of a new day. Jung would begin his day with a big breakfast, fueling up for a session of uninterrupted writing. This meal was not just about nourishment, it was a ritual that prepared him mentally and physically for the creative work ahead. For 2 hours, he would sit quietly in his office, no distractions, just him and his thoughts. This was his sacred time, a period of deep focus where he could explore the depths of his mind and bring his ideas to life on paper. By mid-morning, with his mind clear from writing, Jung would often step outside, immersing himself in the wonders of nature. The rustling leaves, the chirping birds, the gentle breeze. All of these elements played a crucial role in his creative process. He believed that these long walks or moments of meditation were essential for his creativity and mental well-being. They allowed him to clear his mind, find inspiration, and return to his work with renewed energy and perspective. It was his way of connecting with the world around him and finding inspiration in the simplicity of nature. The intricate patterns of leaves, the vibrant colors of flowers, the serene flow of a river, these were the things that sparked his imagination and fueled his creativity. The tower itself was a haven of tranquility. Nestled in the heart of nature, it was a place where Jung could truly be alone with his thoughts, free from the distractions and demands of modern life. With no electricity, Jung relied on oil lamps to light his evenings and kept warm by the fireplace. This simplicity was intentional, a way to strip away the complexities of modern life and return to a more basic, more mindful way of living. The absence of modern conveniences was intentional, allowing him to fully disconnect from the outside world and its constant noise. In this quiet, he found a deeper connection to himself and his work. As night fell, Jung would wind down, reflecting on his day by the warm glow of the fire. This was a time for introspection, a moment to review his thoughts and experiences, and to prepare for the day ahead. By 10 p.m., it was lights out. The day would end as simply as it began, with a sense of calm and fulfillment. This routine, simple yet profound, provided Jung with a sense of calm and refreshment. It was a way to balance the demands of his work with the need for personal peace and well-being. From the very beginning, he felt an overwhelming peace in the tower, a stark contrast to the hustle and bustle of everyday life. This peace was not just a luxury, it was a necessity for his mental and emotional health. Jung's time in the tower teaches us an important lesson about the power of solitude and nature. In a world that is constantly demanding our attention, finding moments of stillness can be incredibly rejuvenating. In our fast-paced world, finding moments of stillness can be incredibly rejuvenating. These moments allow us to reconnect with ourselves, to find clarity and inspiration, and to restore our sense of balance. So next time you feel overwhelmed, remember Carl Jung and his tower. Consider taking a step back, finding a quiet corner, and allowing yourself the time to breathe and reflect. Maybe all you need is a quiet corner, some time alone, and a little bit of nature to find your own peace. Thanks for watching. Remember, it's not about escaping life, but about finding a way to live it more fully. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Now, you might think this tower was just a charming vacation spot, but it was so much more than that. Back in 1922, Jung purchased Bollingen Tower, located on the shores of Lake Zurich. At first glance, it looks like the perfect getaway, right? A serene place to relax and unwind. But for Jung, this wasn't about escaping from his work. It was quite the opposite. You see, just a year before, in 1921, Jung had published his groundbreaking book. This wasn't just any book. It marked a major turning point in his career and highlighted the key differences between his ideas and those of his former friend and mentor, Sigmund Freud. It was a pretty bold move at the time. Freud's psychoanalysis had dominated the field, but Jung had different ideas. He introduced the concept of analytical psychology, which emphasized the importance of the unconscious mind and the process of individuation. Jung needed a dedicated space to explore these ideas further, and that's where Bollingen Tower came into play. In the tranquil surroundings of his tower, Jung found the perfect environment to think deeply and write extensively. It was a place where he could disconnect from the distractions of everyday life and immerse himself in his work. The tower became a symbol of his inner journey, a physical representation of his quest for self-discovery and understanding. Jung often spoke about the tower as if it were a living entity, an integral part of his psyche. He even expanded it over the years, adding new rooms and structures, almost like adding layers to his own mind. Each stone, each wall was a reflection of his inner thoughts and ideas. But it wasn't all about solitude and introspection. The tower also served as a place where Jung could connect with nature and engage in simple manual tasks like gardening and woodcarving. These activities grounded him and provided a balance between his intellectual pursuits and the physical world. In many ways, Bollingen Tower was a laboratory for Jung's mind. It allowed him to experiment with his thoughts and theories in a space free from external pressures and expectations. It was here that he developed some of his most influential concepts, such as the collective unconscious and archetypes. So next time you think of Bollingen Tower, remember it's not just a picturesque retreat. It's a testament to Jung's dedication to his work and his relentless pursuit of understanding the human psyche. A place where the boundaries between his inner and outer worlds blurred, giving rise to ideas that continue to shape the field of psychology today. Imagine being incredibly busy, juggling talks, research, and helping countless people in Zurich. That was Jung's daily life. But Jung wasn't just looking to stay busy. He was on a mission to delve deeper into the human mind, to understand what happens in our subconscious when we're not actively thinking about things. To do this, Jung realized he needed something crucial: solitude. So he built a retreat in Bollingen, a small village by Lake Zurich. Now, this wasn't an escape from his responsibilities. It was a strategic move to enhance his work. In Bollingen, Jung found the peace and quiet required to think deeply and let his mind wander freely. He often referred to this place as his confession of faith in stone. Bollingen Tower wasn't just a physical structure, it was a sanctuary for his thoughts. Here, he could reflect on his experiences, dreams, and the symbols that define our unconscious. It was in this solitude that Jung developed some of his most groundbreaking theories. Think about it. Sometimes stepping away from the hustle and bustle isn't about avoiding work. but about finding the space to think more creatively and deeply. In Bollingen, surrounded by nature and silence, Jung could connect with his inner self. This connection allowed him to bring fresh, profound insights back to his work in Zurich. Jung's time in Bollingen reminds us that solitude can be incredibly powerful. It's not about running away from our duties. It's about recharging our minds and gaining new perspectives. So next time you're feeling overwhelmed, consider finding your own Bollingen, a place where you can retreat, reflect, and return with renewed clarity. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Jung's work in Bollingen wasn't just about personal reflection. It was also a time for him to document his thoughts and theories, which later became influential publications. His writings from Bollingen have inspired countless psychologists, scholars, and thinkers around the world. Jung also used this time to correspond with other intellectuals, sharing and refining his ideas. He even explored his creative side, producing sketches and artwork that reflected his inner journey. Despite his retreat, Jung remained connected to his family, often inviting them to Bollingen to share in the tranquility. The legacy of Jung's time in Bollingen continues to resonate, reminding us of the importance of balancing work with moments of introspection. So, as you navigate your own busy life, remember the value of finding your own sanctuary, a place where you can recharge and gain new insights. Whether it's a quiet corner of your home or a secluded spot in nature, make time for solitude and reflection. You'll be amazed at the clarity and creativity that can emerge from these moments of peace.
Ever wonder what made Carl Jung one of the most influential thinkers of the 20th century? Sure, his groundbreaking theories on the collective unconscious and archetypes were revolutionary. But there was one underrated skill that really set him apart: deep work. Now, what exactly is deep work? It's the ability to focus intensely on a task without distractions. Sounds simple, right? But in our fast-paced, always connected world, achieving this level of focus is rare. And that's what made Jung exceptional. Jung's commitment to deep work allowed him to delve deeply into the human psyche. Unlike others who skim the surface, Jung immersed himself in his studies for hours, sometimes days at a time. He would retreat to his famous tower in Bollingen, a sanctuary far from the hustle and bustle of daily life. There he could think, reflect, and write with undivided attention. This intense focus helped Jung develop his complex theories. By minimizing distractions, he could connect dots that others missed. Imagine trying to piece together a puzzle with constant interruptions. Frustrating, right? Jung avoided this by creating an environment conducive to deep work. But it wasn't just about the environment. Jung had a disciplined routine. Early mornings were reserved for writing and thinking. Afternoons were for walks and reflection, and evenings, more time for contemplation. This structured approach allowed him to tap into the deepest layers of his mind. Deep work isn't just about working hard, it's about working smart. It's about dedicating time to think deeply without distractions. In today's world, with social media, emails, and endless notifications, achieving deep work can seem impossible. But it's a skill that can be cultivated. Take a page from Jung's book. Create a space where you can focus. Set a routine. And most importantly, allow yourself the time to dive deep into your passions. You might just unlock your own groundbreaking insights. So next time you find yourself distracted, think of Carl Jung. Remember that his success wasn't just about brilliance. It was about his ability to focus deeply. And that, my friends, is a skill worth mastering. If you enjoyed this dive into Jung's secret skill, hit the like button and subscribe for more insights into the minds of great thinkers.
Hey there, students! Today, I want to talk about something super important that can make you smarter and more successful: deep work. So, what is deep work? It's when you really focus and think hard about something for a long period of time. It means no distractions, no multitasking, just pure concentration. You're probably thinking, why should I care? Well, scientists have studied this and they've found out some pretty amazing things. When you engage in deep work, you're using all of your brain power. This intense focus helps you learn new things faster and better. Imagine you're studying for a big exam. If you dedicate a few hours to deep work, you're likely to understand and remember the material way better than if you were trying to study while also checking your phone or watching TV. Let's look at some real-life examples. A long time ago, people who wanted to be really good in tough jobs like understanding the human mind had to put in a lot of deep work. Think about famous scientists like Sigmund Freud or Albert Einstein. They spent countless hours deeply focused on their work. And guess what? It paid off. Their groundbreaking discoveries changed the world. But it's not just about becoming a famous scientist. Deep work can help you in any field. Whether you want to be an engineer, a writer, a doctor, or even a musician, putting in the effort to deeply focus on your work will make you better at it. Here's another cool thing. Deep work also makes you more efficient. When you're fully focused, you can get more done in less time. Say you have a project due in a week. If you spend a solid 2 hours each day in deep work, you'll probably finish it faster and with higher quality than if you were working on it while constantly getting distracted. So, how can you start practicing deep work? First, find a quiet place where you won't be interrupted. Turn off your phone or put it on Do Not Disturb. Set a timer for a specific amount of time, like 30 minutes, and commit to focusing only on your task during that time. You can gradually increase the time as you get better at it. Another tip is to plan your deep work sessions ahead of time. Look at your schedule and block out chunks of time where you can focus without interruptions. Treat these times like important appointments that you can't miss. And remember, it's okay if it feels challenging at first. Deep work is like a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger it gets. So give it a try and see how deep work can help you become smarter, more efficient, and ultimately more successful. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tips and tricks. Catch you next time.